Well, hello there from Disney's Animal Kingdom. You can't even see the sign. So I'm on the tram right now, about to pull into the parking spot. We're sort of poking along right now because we were waiting for that tram to move out of the way, but the park closes in about 2 hours. Let's see what I can accomplish in that amount of time. All right, so I'm about to head into the park. It is so incredibly hot today. It is over 100 degrees with a heat index, so I brought a Powerade with me. And then also, I think this is sort of appropriate for Animal Kingdom, but look at my new phone case. I showed this off in a live stream the other day, but it's a Pokédex, which I think is pretty appropriate to bring to Animal Kingdom, right? So the idea today is just to try to see what I can do in the last couple hours that the park is open. I don't come to Animal Kingdom very often at all, so I'm trying to change that and give this park the appreciation and attention that it deserves. Also, everyone is leaving right now, of course, which is appropriate to be heading into the park, but let's see what's open. A lot of stuff closes early at Animal Kingdom. I always go the other way whenever I come to Animal Kingdom, into the Oasis, to walk into the park to cut across the bridge, but now I'm heading this way. I don't really often pay attention to all of the details in the Oasis because usually I'm just on my way inside the park, but honestly this is a beautiful way to enter into the theme park, and the reveal of the Tree of Life is incredible. I'm heading over here to my bridge. Of course, there are two entrances slash exits into Animal Kingdom through the Oasis, then sort of separated by this walkway. And I just think it's really pleasant, especially to walk across this bridge, as I do often, because as I see it, if there's ever any opportunity to walk across a suspension bridge, that is an opportunity that should be taken advantage of. Plus, there's still a pretty cool reveal of the Tree of Life, just exiting out of this cave. Maybe not, sort of. You could kind of see it back there. One theme park regret that I have is that I never got to ride the Discovery Island boats, which is now completely defunct in the entire park. All of these areas that you used to be able to board the boat at are no longer used. They haven't been used in like 25 years. You can still hear the music that plays down there. This is the pathway that would have led it down there decades ago, but I get why this isn't an attraction anymore. It makes sense. It was just too slow, I think, and not very exciting. So as far as where I'm going today, maybe I'll head over towards Dino Land. I do wonder when they're going to take down these statues for the 50th anniversary, at least remove the 50th anniversary logo from them. Like, they're really cool statues, but 50th is over. This is over by Flame Tree Barbecue, which I might get some dinner maybe tonight. I don't know. The park closes in like an hour and a half now. So heading into Dino Land USA, there's the Discovery Island character landing over here, and that's where you can meet Moana, apparently. I've never met a character over here, I don't think. That might be true for other character experiences in Animal Kingdom as well. I think they're all done for the day, probably. This is the Boneyard over here, which I would love to run around here with nobody in it. Maybe a little bit later on, once the park is closer to closing, but probably not. It's very busy in there. So maybe never mind, because right over here, Donald and Daisy are meeting together. So maybe all the characters are still out. If the rumors are true about Dino Land USA at some point becoming something else entirely, which is very likely due to there being no attraction over here whatsoever at the moment, this is a very poignant sign. Like, I might be in the vast minority, but I actually enjoyed Primeval World over here. It was at least something to do, and it was fun. It's actually pretty quiet right now in Dino Land USA. They do have some of the games happening at the moment. They have the basketball, they have the whack-a-mole, the water shooter game, and then the game of chance over there. You used to be able to meet Goofy over here, and then Chip and Dale. I could go check Chip and Dale, I think, really quickly, just to see if they're back there. This is the walkway over to Asia. Game tickets are $6 now, which is getting pretty expensive. Look at this. This has to turn into something at some point, right? This can't just be walled off just in perpetuity. Destination D is coming up very soon, though, so they might be announcing some of that at some point soon, maybe. I think my favorite rumor about this entire area that I would actually be pretty okay with is if it turned into a South America area. I think that would really go well with the sort of theme of Animal Kingdom, and then it would be a pretty easy like converting process of making Dinosaur into Indiana Jones, and this could be an entire different South America area. This is sort of funny, this truck over here, which has been used for so many different things, I'm pretty sure, entertainment-wise, at Walt Disney World. Now it's the world's largest film trading truck. Oh god, there they are, right there. Okay. This is the Cretaceous Trail. This is where they meet, way back over here. So I decided to go and get in line for Chip and Dale. That's Restaurantosaurus back over there, and then this is Dinosaur. And I'm in line for Chip and Dale. They are right there. So I'm not going to film my interaction. I'm just going to get a quick little picture, a fun little selfie. But it's sort of fun because it looks like Chip and Dale have assembled this area all by themselves over here in Dino Land. Okay, I just met Chip and Dale back over there. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I don't remember if I've ever actually met them back over here, and there was no line whatsoever. This is where Daisy used to meet, which I just met them just in time because they are setting up the trail closed ropes right now. That's Dinosaur way over there. So I think that I'll have to come back to the Boneyard on another day, maybe with Brennan, because the park closes in an hour and I'd like to at least make a lap around the park. I don't know if I'm going to be riding any rides yet tonight, or if I'm just walking around Animal Kingdom. I don't think any of the trails are going to be open by the time that I make it over to those trails, because they close a lot earlier than the park does, usually. Of course, I'm going to pass through the Rivers of Light Theater. That is now currently used for nothing, unfortunately, since Kite Tales concluded. I hope that they use this space again at some point. It is such a fantastic, phenomenal outdoor experience here. It's just whatever they put here, it's got to be good, and it's got to have that Disney standard and probably character relatability, probably. Which that is the challenge I think that Animal Kingdom has, is that if they have a show, it needs to have that environmental and conservation sort of a theme to it, but it also needs to have Disney characters, I think, to be a successful Disney show that sort of transcends time at this point and has a longer running period than Rivers of Light did. All right, I'm crossing the bridge into Asia right now. There's Everest. I could see what the wait time is for that. For a single rider, probably pretty non-existent. So the regular wait time is 25 minutes for Expedition Everest, but the single rider line is over here. This is where you exit the ride, over here. And I've always thought that these tablets were very interesting. There goes a train right there, and I think that they're on both sides of this. Maybe? Yes. It's interesting. And there goes the train right there. Let's see what the wait time is for a single rider. That's the regular line over there. And this is single rider, which looks completely empty. I take that back. It is not completely empty, but it is pretty not bad. The single rider line is right next to the Lightning Lane line entrance, which goes inside, which I miss very much so, just being able to get casual fast passes to enjoy this line. Are gone. That's a bummer. There are normally flags up here, but they're not here anymore. So I just got off of Expedition Everest. That was fun. That was a very quick wait, like 5 minutes maybe. I'm trying not to showcase as much merchandise as other YouTube channels because they do it a lot more thoroughly than I do, so I just try to show stuff that I think is interesting, which is like this little Minnie and Daisy having like a little tea party. And then here's Mickey and Minnie smooching here in front of Cinderella Castle. That's just adorable. And then also, I really do like this shirt down here. That's just like a pretty cool design. And then also this one. I think I like this one a little bit more. And then you can also get like a little Yeti hat. That's cool. So I have about 45 minutes to make it around the rest of the park before the park closes. And I think that's plenty of time. And I could totally ride this again because that was not a bad wait at all. I came back inside the theater. So I think I want to try to get a snack. I think that there's a snack over near the trails, I think in Africa, maybe. And I don't have a lot of time to make it over there, but that's where I'm going. This is the Thirsty River Bar, which is tempting, but I'll have to come back to that with Brennan. It's definitely a bummer that this park closes pretty much over an hour until the sun sets. You know, it would be really fun looking at these like little kayaks down there. It would be cool to take like canoes around Animal Kingdom to sort of replace what used to be the Discovery Island Riverboat Adventure Tour. These are filled with water though and look kind of mildewy, so maybe not those, but like some sort of like a I don't know, canoe or kayak experience, because they used to do that at Magic Kingdom and they still do it at Disneyland. So like I said, I'm heading over to Africa. This is a cool photo op over here with Everest in the background. I forget what it is like specifically, but I think that there's a new treat that I saw that looks really, really exciting over at the, I forget the name of the, is it Zuri Sweet Shop? Maybe, I think. This is over by Yak and Yeti, which definitely need to come back over here at some point. This is Yak and Yeti right next to the Bird Show Theater right here, this restaurant. And I don't know if I've ever really shown these ruins before or this tree, but it says, "Please no climbing. These ancient trees are a place of veneration. Scarves and garlands are hung as offerings. Bells are representing prayers that have been answered." So that's pretty cool. This is normally a pretty popular climbing spot, honestly. The sign does not stop people from climbing all over this. Right across from the Bird Theater is this boat. Have I never not, or have I, what am I trying to say? Have I not noticed this boat before? I've sat over here multiple times to have meals at Animal Kingdom, and I don't know if I've paid attention to this. I doubt that it's new. It looks really nice though, compared to a lot of the other decorations around Animal Kingdom. This is just right by the bridge heading into Discovery Island. It looks new. Like there's no like water damage or anything on this boat. At first I thought it was like the old boat from Rivers of America, not Rivers of America, from Rivers of Light. But I don't know. I don't think so. Probably not. I'm taking my little side path next to the main path, even though I don't need to because it's not busy at all. I have half an hour. I did not come to Animal Kingdom with a lot of time, but again, sort of the point was just to see what I could do, or just see what the atmosphere of Animal Kingdom was like just a couple hours before the park closed, which that pathway is literally right here, so it's right next to the main path. There are walls over here by Harambe Market, which this is pretty interesting. They might be extending the seating area over here. I don't know. This entire pathway is closed off. This is Tamu Tamu, which they have so many different treats. I might come back and get one of these if they're still open in a little bit. I don't know, that looks interesting. That would be sort of silly because this is just for Tamu Tamu, that seating area over there, which is not necessary. So I think that I might be able to pass through the Mombasa marketplace over here, which I never go inside here ever, to go over to the sweet shop, which I think is just a cut through. Okay, so the Lion King merchandise is pretty adorable. Honestly, I'm just looking at all of the merchandise today. I think this is my favorite though. Just this Spirit jersey. That is pretty cool. Right? And then gotta love a shirt with Timon and Pumbaa on it. So right next to this shop, it's right through this gateway, is Zuri Sweet Shop. So they have so many different delicious options. Very much so themed for Halloween at the moment, but I got this right down here, this peanut butter haystack, which is this. I might eat this a little bit later because I have now 15 minutes to pretty much do what I want to do at Animal Kingdom and then head out of the park. What I thought was here is either not here or not here right now. I don't even know what I was looking for. I thought there was like a new fun treat at Zuri's Sweet Shops, which they always have new sweets, I guess, but something like really boggling that stood out to me. So what I decided to do is do something that I've not done in a while, which is ride the safari. There is no one over here right now. It's a 5-minute wait. All right, so I just entered into the queue for Kilimanjaro safaris again, and it's completely quiet, so I hope I don't get my own vehicle. That might be a little bit awkward. This is pretty cool though, because this is a neat opportunity to look at like all of the details in this queue, which you normally really can't, because there's always a bit of a line. This is cool. So there's a good reason why I'm doing this, and I think it's actually sort of funny to do this. This line is huge for when it gets incredibly busy, so this is really nice. There's no one in this queue. I feel really awkward. So earlier today, myself and Brennan and her family went to Wild Florida, and we did the safari over at Wild Florida, and I wanted to come to Animal Kingdom because I was just in a very animal mood today, I suppose, and now here I am riding another safari at Animal Kingdom. This part's always cool because you walk over the road and essentially the trucks as well, picking everybody up and dropping them off. It's pretty neat. It looks like they're holding the truck right now to hopefully get some more people in it.
If we come on above your head, you're here, we're spotting guide. That has every single animal hanging out here on the reserve. And although I can't promise you won't see all of them, if we work together, I'm sure we will have some pretty good luck. Now we're heading on into the Lilla Cherry Forest. Ooh, coming up on those two hills are some black rhinos. Whoa. Now the black rhinos are actually the smaller type of rhino that live out here on the reserve, and they only weigh about 3,000 pounds. Now, did you see those really neat horns on the rhino's head? Yeah. Those horns are actually made up of keratin, which is the same exact thing that our fingernails and hair are made up of. That is a bloat of Nile hippopotamus. When a group of hippos are all together like this, they're called a bloat. Now, the funny thing about the Nile hippopotamus is, despite the fact that they live in aquatic environments, hippos can't swim. A hippo can eat anywhere from 80 to 90 pounds of grass in one day.
I want to do this at some point.
Despite eating that much,
walking across those
hippos
bridges
also are vegetarian.
Yeah,
They're
the
herbivores.
alligators.
On your right hand side is the baobab tree. The baobab tree is also known as the tree of life. Kind of like that tree you saw coming into the park, right? Yeah. Except that tree had leaves on it, didn't it? Now the neat thing about the baobab tree is that for a whopping 9 months out of the year, they won't have any leaves on them. Now we're heading on into the savannah. Let's see who's hanging out over here. Wildebeest are migratory herd animals, which means that they all travel together in one big group. Hanging out with those wildebeest are Nkoli cattle, those cows with the big old horns. Come up on your left-hand side is a tower of Maasai giraffes. Now, Maasai giraffes can grow to be anywhere from 6 16 to 20 feet tall. An animal came up to this tree and poked holes in it. They must have poked holes in that baobab tree to get a drink, right? So I think we're heading into elephant territory right now, and there's a whole bunch of African elephants over here. Now when we see a big group of elephants together like this, it's pretty safe to assume they're all females or younger males. Let's see who's hanging out over here. You see the lion?
Like the lions are going to sleep for
You
the
guys
night.
came right on time because it looks like they just went inside. So 24 chicken eggs, Finch had 1 ostrich egg. Does anybody know how many ostrich eggs Finch had a chicken egg? I had so much fun hanging out with you guys today. Did everybody get to see some really cool animals? Did anybody like the baby zebras? Aren't they so cute? Well, if you're on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, we don't like to say goodbye because it sounds so sad and so final. This is one of my favorite Swahili words, which is Swahili.
Okay, so I just got off of my truck. That was a lot of fun, although it was not the most active, I think, safari I've ever had. Pretty much all the animals are asleep. The park is closed now, as well as all of the trails and the rides, and now all of the booths that I could probably get food at or drinks. I do miss getting to do that at night, so I do hope at some point they might bring that back as an option and keep the park open a little bit later. So now I'm heading to the front of the park. There are the other walls over there, and it is pretty empty by now. This is the entrance again to the safari. It's pretty cool to come this way when it's this quiet, because this is normally a pretty hustling and bustling area in Africa. Next time I'll have to try to get something at Tamu Tamu, because I think the last time that I was here I did some sort of a challenge, so I didn't even get to choose what I wanted to get, if I remember that correctly. Looks like this way is closed over towards Pandora, so I'm heading across the bridge right now. But the park is just so beautiful, with the exception of that Minute Maid box. It is beautiful. There's Everest over there. I wonder if I can go this direction around the Discovery Island trails to head towards the front of the park. Maybe. That's Harambe. That's where I just was, coming across that bridge. It's the Starbucks back there, Creature Comforts. And these are the Discovery Island trails / the Tree of Life trails. One of my favorite parts of Animal Kingdom. See, look at this. Look how absolutely beautiful and relaxing it is over here. Can I go over here? I think I can. There are no ropes. Okay, well this would sort of connect over to the exit of Tough to Be a Bug around the corner, going through the waterfall over there. So just because I'm over here, I'm going to walk behind the waterfall, which can get pretty hectic whenever a Tough to Be a Bug show lets out. But look at how pleasant this is, just over by the roots of the Tree of Life. It's a little bit loud. This is great. All the way down over by the water. How secluded is this, right? That's where I just was over there, and then this is the exit for Tough to Be a Bug. So on either side of the roots and the waterfall is this little area, which is usually roped off, which I think this is all I can really access right over here, because this is the queue for Tough to Be a Bug. At least I'm pretty sure. And I should definitely start heading to the front of the park here. Yes, this is the line for Tough to Be a Bug whenever it gets incredibly busy and popular. Isn't this just cool? I remember this, riding this, experiencing this pretty much back when it first opened at Animal Kingdom, and I recall being absolutely terrified, and it's still pretty terrifying, honestly, but the theme of this is just absolutely remarkable. Alright, so I've lingered enough. I'm heading to the front of the park. I'm very thirsty though still, and I had my Powerade like immediately as soon as I got here. That's Creature Comforts, and it's interesting because the Tree of Life trails are currently closed over here, but then I guess the Discover Island trail back over there, that was open. But I'll have to come back again to do the Tree of Life trails, one of my favorite things to do at Animal Kingdom. It's sort of weird to go to Animal Kingdom and not go to Pandora now, but I think the previous times that I've been here, that's really what it's been mostly about over there. We also need to go to the Nomad Lounge, I think over by Tiffin's. I don't think that Brennan and I've been to Nomad Lounge together, so we need to change that. I also never got to try this, which is absolutely falling apart right now. That pretty much just exploded when I tried to pick it up. This was pretty dry, not my favorite. I got the peanut butter haystack just because, again, I went on a safari earlier today. We watched a lot of animals eat hay, and I thought it was sort of fun. Yeah, but I think I'll see if Brennan maybe wants to have this. They do have some Halloween pumpkins for sale and some Halloween plushes as well, so that's pretty fun. It says trick or treat on the back of those pumpkins. That's pretty cool. And I'm sure they have a lot more Halloween merchandise as well, but I'll stumble upon that if I happen to, I think. Wouldn't it be cool to take a boat around Discovery Island? Just the things that you wish you got to do because you never got the chance to do them, right? Everyone's heading out over here, but I'm heading across the bridge because I like doing it. It's such a nice way to enter and exit the park. I don't always do it or have to do it, but if I remember to do it, it's worth it. Also, for some reason, everyone is exiting over on the other side. It's always interesting just to watch crowd psychology, if you ever pay attention to that, like at a theme park. It's weird because I was at Animal Kingdom probably for like an hour and a half, and I got to ride 2 rides and meet some characters and get a snack. So I'm heading back to the trams, which also pretty exciting news that was recently announced, somewhat recently at least, is that they are bringing the trams back to Epcot and to Hollywood Studios. Finally, after like 3 years, and literally right after Brennan and I complained at Epcot about having to walk really far. So I think that I'm going to end the video right over here by Rainforest Cafe, which I'd love to come back to Rainforest Cafe at some point soon. Everybody always gives it scathing reviews, but I like it. So thank you for watching me go to Animal Kingdom tonight by myself just for a couple hours. I did not anticipate riding any rides, like I said, but just walking past Everest and seeing that there was pretty much no wait for single rider, and then seeing that there was no wait at all for the safari after already riding a safari this morning, earlier today, which that was just really cool. Did not plan for that at all, but it's just sort of fun that it worked out like that. And then the chipmunks, I've always wanted to get a quick like selfie with the chipmunks, and I finally got to do that, so that was really cool. And then a treat, which is not my favorite. Maybe if I had that with like some milk or something, it would be a little bit better, or like chocolate. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, but it was a fun time at Animal Kingdom. Running the safari after going to a safari earlier today, that's fun. But I'll see you soon. I just wanted to, I need to come back here. I need to just walk around Animal Kingdom more. There are not a lot of rides here. I think that's like the main draw for me. But then also, what I enjoy about going to theme parks is just trying to find the beauty and trying to find the lesser known facts and experiences at theme parks, which here I feel like it's the most foreign to me to do specifically that. So I need to come back to Animal Kingdom more often and really just give myself that experience and sort of encouragement to have that here at Animal Kingdom. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Have a great day and goodbye.